Senator Barrasso.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for holding this important hearing. I welcome this opportunity to address the climate change issue in the Foreign Relations Committee. I've been an active participant in the Environment and Public Works Committee on this very issue. I agree with you, Mr. Chairman. Climate change is an international issue, and the United States is a major emitter of greenhouse gases. Yet China and India are surpassing our country with emissions, and they are the international actors that must be at the heart of any agreement to address carbon releases. We here in the Senate can pass legislation to provide the incentives to develop the technology we need to be more carbon neutral. I recently introduced a bill, the GEAR Act, and this legislation seeks technology to remove the greenhouse gases, the excess greenhouse gases already in the atmosphere. It makes sense to me that we explore proposals to remove and permanently sequester those greenhouse gases from the atmosphere to slow or reverse climate change. And to me, the best way to develop the technology we need to achieve this is through a system of financial awards or prizes for achieving technological goals established by Congress. Technology incentives do work. They will have a beneficial impact on climate change, just as they have 500 years ago for us finding a solution to the issue of understanding longitude and how to sail the seas. Charles Lindbergh was competing for a prize at the time that he flew across the Atlantic Ocean. So those are the things that I'm working on with the GEAR Act. I believe Congress must not pass legislation that places caps on our emissions while other countries like China and India are exempt. We risk passing legislation that is long on sacrifice by Americans, but short on progress globally. So I welcome the opportunity to hear the discussion today regarding the role that forests play in cleaning our air. Forests are essentially a carbon sink. They make up the largest portion of carbon stored in terrestrial land masses. That's because trees and plants absorb carbon for growth. Carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere when these trees and plants are destroyed by things such as wildfires. In my home state of Wyoming and across the West, we have long been concerned about the release of carbon into the atmosphere from out-of-control blazes. According to one source, the annual worldwide burning of forests, including the fires in the western United States, release about 2 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That's one of the reasons that I and many of my Western colleagues have long supported forest health activities, such as thinning and removal of fuel loads on the forest floor. It is my hope that issue is addressed in the upcoming Lieberman-Warner climate change debate that we're holding now in the Senate. Maintaining the planet's existing tropical forests will store a vast amount of carbon. Up to 30% of the carbon dioxide added to our atmosphere over the past 150 years has come from deforestation. The vast majority of carbon stores in these forests has still not been released, so they must be protected. The vast majority of these forests are outside of the United States boundaries. So to preserve these areas, we will need international cooperation, and one such tool has been the Tropical Forest Conservation Act that our ranking member, Senator Lugar, has mentioned. A reauthorization bill in this important program has been introduced, and I hope that legislation will soon be considered on the Senate floor. I look forward to working with the members of this committee on this important issue. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.